But in the meantime, let them not close it, my lord, with your lordship's leave. But what is the harm that will be caused to the other side if this is done?
Where is the
Nothing
prayer,
will be
Mr.
done.
Where
No,
is
I
the
wanted to
prayer?
say
What
this-
is
what-
the-
no, it
what-
should-
Where is
what
the
harm
prayer
if
in
it
the
is allowed?
petition?
What is the harm it is allowed?
Let status quo be maintained. So far as the proceedings are
Interesting.
concerned,
Very good.
investigation can go on. Let not
Status
final
quo.
action be taken without your lordship's leave.
You have not
What is
challenged.
wrong about
You have
that?
not challenged. My lord, I must think.
What
Lokayukt
is this, my
order
lord? I
is
don't
not
understand my
challenged.
friends.
Lokayukt order
The
is
very
not
fact that
subject
they are
to this writ.
objecting to this reasonable test.
Yes.
What kind of submissions are being made?
My lord,
You have not challenged,
no,
Mr.
no, it is
Raghavan
part of,
Lokayukt
no,
order.
it is part of a,
Challenge
it
it.
will be part, no,
To
no,
amend the
it
petition,
will be
challenge
part
it.
of your lordship's
But-
direction adjourning the
But
proceedings.
Obviously, this is
My lord,
not.
that is the reason. My lord, your lordships can always impose terms
Yes, this
when
is
your
not
lordships
a
are
legal
adjourning a
proceeding.
case. That happens day in and day out.
It is obvious.
That's
this
all
is
that
not
I'm
a legal
saying.
proceeding.
But delay itself should not render any proceeding
What delay?
infructuous.
You
If that
That
is the
was our
principle,
argument in DB.
if that is the principle, my lord, and that
You did
equally
not
applies
agree to
me.
that. DB requested you, Mr. Raghavan, personally. DB, that's why I said, Mr. Raghavan, please be careful before learned single judge. He
Please be
left it to
careful.
your
I
discretion.
don't know
to
what
your-
my management is saying, my lord. I'm not
What-
going to take
what
what
now
you say.
I think Mr. Dave is online.
Application for what?
Lord, I have moved an application for adjournment before your lordships because of the.
No, there is no stay, sir, before the division bench.
I entirely agree, my lord. If your lordships want to proceed, I will assist you.
Yes, sir.
It's my duty to not tell your lordships that appeal has been, notice has been issued, it's fixed for hearing. And
Yes,
we have challenged both
No,
your
you have-
lordships.
You did not seek a
substantive-
stay of the order before the division bench?
We did, the division bench said no. In fact, division bench asked Mr. Raghavan in open court that what will be your response before the learned single judge on the next date. But anyway, that's apart. If your lordships are so keen to hear this matter, I can't, Lord.
No,
I
it's
will-
not the question of keenness, but since it is listed and I had already directed.
Process
Yes,
is not, service is
That's
not
true, my
complete.
lord. That's true, my lord, but a
Will-
division
will-
bench has taken
Who has to be heard?
cognizance.
Who has to be served?
Respondent number 9, 10 and 11 are yet to be served.
Who are 9, 10 and 11?
The 9,
My lord, that is, my lord, the respondent
Why-
number 9, my lord, is the chief minister.
his wife.
10, my lord, is his wife, and 11 is the brother-in-law.
Huh.
And that's all been paid, my lord, I think.
Why don't you convict them, Mr. Raghavan? Right here, without hearing anybody. What is all this happening? 20 years later, you file these proceedings and you
No,
want
those
to
proceedings,
decide at
those
post-
proceedings are over. It is before the division bench. Let
Yes.
us not go back in time and consider, hear whatever has happened in that
No, no,
case.
here the Lokayukt court was moved at his instance. Lokayukt
No,
court has
true.
passed an order.
No, that's why, where are the records?
My lord, can I,
One other thing, your
can I
lordship,
make,
can you
may
take,
I have the
your lordship,
paper
can you
to the
take,
case, and let me tell you, your lordship.
All right. Yes, on
Lordship,
what
just,
is your
court
ground
officer.
that you are seeking to transfer, sir?
My lord, the reason, my lord, is only this much. My lord, in fact, my lord, the reason is really what your lordships have said in their earlier judgment, my lord, where your lordships refused to transfer.
Refuse to transfer?
Yes, that is, my lord, in the Reserve Bank case.
All
Your
right.
lordships refused, but kindly see what your lordships have said at para 17.
Is that your only ground?
My lord,
Is that the only ground?
my lord, this is one of the ground. I tell you, let me point out what we have said. This is one of the ground. Kindly now see, my lord, what your lordships have said at para 17.
Hmm.
My lord, it's not a question of what the result of the investigation will be. The question, my lord, is that every investigation must inspire public confidence. And it is a matter of viewing the public confidence from the point of view of the circumstances of the case. So, my lord, kindly see what your lordships have said in para 17. And I believe, my lord, that this case falls fully within the scope of what your lordships have said in para 17.
Hmm.
It is a matter of record that a sitting member of the Legislative Assembly and certain high functionaries are allegedly involved in the alleged misappropriation of funds. When ministers or high functionaries who are involved in particular allegations and those allegations are being investigated into, such investigations must be entrusted to independent agencies which are not under the control of the state government. And it is only then it would instill public confidence in the investigation or provide credibility to such investigation. But that cannot be an interpretation of section. So that's it. Then your lordship, according to the provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act, I'm not concerned.
35A cannot.
That's a different
stretch
matter.
that
I'm
ex-
not going to worry. I'm not going to trouble your lordship. But the whole emphasis, my lord, is that here is the chief minister of the state who is directly involved in the matter, according to us.
Well-
And then, my lord, 17A permission has been upheld, granted to
That
the
is,
governor.
that
That's
is your-
that's it. The appeal, my lord, we're not concerned with that. Now, today, my lord, all that we are saying is, let this matter be entrusted to an agency which is not under the control of the state government. And that is the reason why, my lord, your lordship said, let me see the investigation. What you have done. Lord, please see the investigation. Ultimately, my lord, whatever I may say, that it should be transferred to a agency outside the state and not under the control of the state government. My learned friends may oppose it. Your lordships are fully aware of the facts of the case because your lordships have heard this matter, my lord, for days and days.
Correct, and I have
Ultimately,
been-
my lord, it is a
and I
question
have
of
been
how your
condemned-
lordships
I have
feel.
been
1
condemned
minute,
without
let me
hearing.
complete. I mean, I am, please.
Respondent number 12
I'll
has
get- I'll
been
get back to you,
condemned
sir.
on suppression by Mr. Raghavan's clients.
The way, sir, I'll
On
get back to you, sir.
suppression.
Mr. Dave, I think I am entitled to
Lord, I
be
was
heard
entitled
completely
to,
without
Mr.
interference from you.
Raghavan, you should have joined me
Please.
as a party in the first round. You have
Why,
obtained an
why
order
don't you have
against
your
my
say when
back.
your turn comes, not interrupt me?
Against my back.
Please.
tell the
I mean, this
court
is not
that.
this is not the way in which
Please
done, my lord.
clearly
I
tell the
strongly
court.
object to what my learned friend does.
All right. Yes, you continue. I'll get back to you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
let him have his say. I will not interrupt him. He
Yes.
can be assured about it. My lord, your lordships are fully aware of the facts of the case. Therefore, my lord, I don't think I want to detain your lordships into telling your lordships what the facts of the case are, independent of what your lordships' findings are. Now, my lord, the only question, therefore, is as to whether your lordships think that this is the case where, having regard to the transparency in investigation and public confidence in investigation, whether this is a matter which should be entrusted to the agency like CBI. Now, it's ultimately the court's view, my lord. So, however much I may say it should be done, however much my learned friends say it should not be done, ultimately, my lord, it is not a case where we are trying to educate your lordships on what the facts of the case are, because I think your lordships knows the facts of the case fully. Now, therefore, my lord, my respectful submission is your lordships. Therefore, my lord, in order to satisfy your lordship that the investigation is going on the right lines, not the conclusion of the investigation. That, of course, my lord, your lordships are not concerned with it. None of us are concerned with it. In order to ensure that the investigation is not being procrastinated, in order to ensure that the investigation is going on the right lines, your lordships ask the state to produce before your lordships, in order that your lordships may be satisfied, the investigation record, let them produce it.
My lord, let them comply with the office of objection by service of
Yes.
everybody. Before he starts arguing, let the process be complete. Your lordship, we should
My lord,
notice.
this is the whole object.
May I, with your lordship's permission, Malad, have
Yes,
word?
sir.
Is
Yes,
it
sir.
possible? Malad, there are three issues that
Sir,
arise. in
you're
this.
appearing for?
I'm
preparing for the
State.
state. Malad.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
appearing along with the
Yes.
activity. Malad, there are three issues that arise.
Yes, sir.
Number one, Malad, no proceedings for transfer of any investigation can take place without the presence of those who are alleged to be accused in the case.
Yes, yes.
That's number one.
Yes, sir.
No, before such a thing can be argued, Malad, they have to be present in court.
All right.
Number
Now
Num-
only R12 is represented, 9 to 11 are not.
That's what I'm saying, Malad. So everybody has
Yes.
to be present, Malad. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Number two, Malad, the matter is pending before the division bench. Of course, there is no stay, and your lordships mentioned it in the morning.
Yes.
But my request to your lordships is let's assume, Malad, your lordships is inclined to or transfers the matter to the CBI.
Yes, sir.
Our appeal will become infructuous.
No, your appeal is not to transfer to the CBI?
Yes, their
Which
appeal.
appeal?
One appeal.
There is-
Lord,
Again,
one
your
of my
lordship,
appeals.
notice was issued and call for records.
Huh.
Lord,
Yes.
appeal number 1719.
But the main appeal is not for transfer of the
No, no,
CBI.
no.
No,
that-
1719 is.
No,
Yes.
All right.
That
And
will
that
become
is noted,
infructuous.
Lord.
That
The
will
order.
become
No,
Justice-
that should have been told to the division bench, and division bench should have pressed for an interim
No, the
order.
division
did.
bench said you mention
They
it to the next single judge. I'm sorry, but I was there. Therefore, I'm saying this.
Yes.
The division bench said, please mention it to the learned single judge. Right? That's the second issue, Maharaj, that I wish to
Yes.
raise.
Yes, sir.
The third issue, which is even more important, is, Maharaj, at this point in time, Maharaj, the problem is there are many constitutional issues involved in this, Maharaj, which
Yes.
have been indicated by me in the appeal, Maharaj. It is my humble request to your lordships, Maharaj, that heavens are not going to fall, Maharaj, because the investigation is going on by the Lokayukt. Heavens are not going to fall if your lordships adjourns this matter so that the appeal court can decide. Or if your lordships think that your lordships wants to continue with the matter, then, Maharaj, this application that has been moved should be rejected formally, Maharaj, so that some
Which
order can be-
application for adjournment.
Yes, it should be rejected formally so
Yes.
that some action can be taken. These are my three requests to your lordships, and I leave it to your lordship. But
Yes.
in any case, this cannot continue till such time as everybody is present. And number four, Malaj, is a request, Malaj, to the other side. They made some personal allegations against the Advocate General, Malaj. Litigation,
Personal allegations where,
Let me kindly see, my lord.
they are sending letters and they are published in newspapers
what
saying
personal
you are
allegations?
biased. They are biased, and it's very unfortunate.
Your worship,
Litigation of this nature should be fought, Malaj, on a level playing field, Malaj,
but
as litigation should be
What is
fought.
this? Your petitioner.
your worship, can kindly see next document, my lord.
No, Raghavan sir, I think you should ask your client to encourage
Of course, my lord.
restraint.
But I didn't know.
No,
I
but
didn't
it's
know.
not-
Matter is sub judice.
Of course, my lord, I agree, my lord.
Matter is
I
sub
don't
judice
think-
and
my lord,
these
I don't
things should
think-
not.
I don't think I am going to even whisper a defense. If
Malaj,
this has been
number-
done by my client, it is improper, and I'm going to tell him that he should not do it.
Number four, Malaj, this is
I agree,
important.
my lord. I agree with my learned friend, and I bow down to what your lordships are saying.
Number four, Malaj,
All of you, the parties, stakeholders should encourage restraint.
My lord, I
So that
didn't know,
matter
my
is
lord.
sub judice, we can
I
decide it.
got to know
Yes.
about it only now. We didn't know it all.
Yes.
Malaj,
I-
number
in fact, my
four.
lord,
one
On
second.
behalf of the petitioner, I apologize to my lord.
No, that doesn't
No,
matter.
this- no, I mean,
Number
except-
four,
No, no,
Malaj,
it should not be
I'm a
done.
learned friend, my lord.
It should not be done. I agree, my lord. It should not be done. No, no, no.
Malaj,
Yes.
I have, there is another application, I believe, that has been filed for making an ED the party in these proceedings. Malaj. If such an
Not listed,
application
my
is
lord. It's
taken
just
on
been
request,
record,
right?
Malaj,
We have filed.
Ah.
Yes.
We have filed an application to
Just-
implead the enforcement directorate also as a party to.
in which case, Malaj, we
No, no,
will
it's
have
not
to
listed.
file a reply. I'm just
And
let
that
me,
ends.
All
Of
right,
course.
all right.
in which
Yes.
case we have to file a reply to that application,
Of
Malaj.
course.
We strongly object to it, but we'll give our reasons for that, Malaj. So therefore, these are the four reasons I have, Malaj, which I want to place before your lordship.
So we will consider one by one the submissions and I'll pass orders. Now, the first thing is they have to be served. I asked the council to take notice. He said he will not take notice. So anyway, serve them by hand summons.
The petitioner will have to do.
No, 9 to 11.
No, the petitioner will have to serve.
No, that's true. I'm not asking you.
Now,
The other day, Shivana was present. I
I
asked him to take
Gaurav,
notice. He
if
said,
the-
he
the-
took
the-
notice and came
very-
to me. No, no, I don't take the risk of
The
taking
petitioner is
notice.
taking, advocate general is taking
My lord,
notice.
in the writ appeal, my lord, filed against the order issuing notice, my learned friend has taken notice is what I'm given to understand.
Yaru?
For the state.
ನೀವಲ್ಲ sir.
ಯಾರಿಗೆ?
Private parties, already they are represented.
ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಯಾರು ಅವ್ರಲ್ಲ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು private parties
ಯಾರು
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ನೀವಲ್ಲ sir, ನೀವಲ್ಲ.
No, where is, will direct and to be served by way of hand summons. Because on the other day I asked him, then he
I
took
know, I
notice and he said,
I-
I won't take notice.
I remember.
That's all right. Yes. The first submission. The learned counsel, learned senior counsel KG Raghavan would make his preliminary submissions. The learned senior counsel Kapil Sibal, representing the state, would submit that the matter cannot be taken up for the reason that the prayer that is sought is for reference to the hands of the Central Bureau of, reference of the investigation to the hands of the Central Bureau of Investigation, and respondents 9 to 11 against whom this said direction is sought are yet to be served. And therefore, the service of notice should be effected at the outset for any submission to be even considered, albeit preliminary. Therefore, I deem it appropriate to direct the petitioners to serve the respondents 9 to 11 by way of hand summons.
Can I make one submission, my lord? In the writ appeal that has
Or-
been filed,
Ah.
they are there is an order that your lordships passed last time, my lord, issuing notice. In that writ appeal, these respondents have been represented
No,
by
madam.
counsel.
No,
One minute.
not correct.
Sir, orders ಇದೆ.
But I have filed,
Not
Mr.
correct.
Raghavan.
ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ.
All right, if somebody is accepting
Somebody
notice,
accepted, my lord.
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
it is the learned senior counsel KG Raghavan at this juncture would submit that against the order dated 5/12, 5/11/20, 5/11 adu, 5/11/2024, a writ appeal is preferred in writ appeal,
1719 of 24, my
writ
lord.
appeal 1719 of 2020,
19.
1719 of 2024. And the councils, and he would request that the councils representing the appellants therein can be served upon.
Correct.
It is open for the petitioner to serve on the counsels who represents the appellants. Appellants.
Not appellant, my lord.
No,
Appellant
not
is
appellant.
one.
The appellant, my lord, is only respondent number 12.
Then
They are
who-
now talking about respondents number
Well,
9, 10 and 11. But
they-
they are also respondents in that writ
are-
appeal.
are they represented there?
Yes,
they
answer to your
accepted
lordship's question
service.
is yes.
By whom?
My lord,
They accepted service.
They accepted, is it?
yes, yes, yes.
Hello, who are the counsels?
Who are the counsels? Give me the names, no?
I think
Mr.
Mr.
Satavish Shivanna,
Of course, I told him only to take notice. He took and he wriggled out of it later. It's all right. Yes.
says, Tagotira sir,
Shivanna idara ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
he is not here.
Hmm.
He is represented, my lord.
Yes, you can serve on him. If he accepts it, fine. Otherwise, hand someone.
Okay, very well.
Apart from the advocate on record is permitted to serve on counsel Sri Shatabdi Shivanna, who is said to have accepted notice for the respondents 9 to 11, who are respondents in the writ appeal as well. The next submission. What was the next submission? you said?
Adjournment.
Adjournment, application.
Now,
ED
we
is
have
filed.
made an
1 minute.
application to plead.
Yeah.
ED, man.
They have made
ED.
an application.
Alla, ED application, the learned counsel, who has filed, you have filed the
Yeah.
application. The learned senior counsel KG Raganu would submit that he has filed another application seeking impleadment of the enforcement directorate into these proceedings. The learned senior counsel Dushyant Dave and senior counsel Kapil Sibal would seek time to file objections to the said application seeking impleadment of the enforcement directorate as party respondent to these proceedings. The objection, a week's time, sir?
Whatever is reasonable, my lord.
A week's
Lord,
time,
they
therefore,
they have taken 20 years to come to your lordship's court. Kindly grant, Lord, sufficient time. Lord, there is no hurry. Your lordship
all right.
knows this is all in
no,
the
we'll
realm of
do
politics.
it. Well, for application, objections to the application should be enough, sir. Yes,
I must say
a
one
week's
thing.
time is granted.
Lord,
to
one thing
file-
to correct the order. I don't
Sir.
think, Lord, notice was accepted in my matter on behalf of respondents, concerned respondents, Lord. Only
That is
emergent
what-
notice was issued to 9 to 12. So council's name is not mentioned.
Then serve it by hand summons, sir.
Yes, I
But
just.
if they accept, well and good. If they
Order
don't, we'll
comes
send it
correct.
by hand.
Then
But
affidavit.
your lordships have said it. I am not able to fathom my learned friend's
So
objection.
that's all right.
No,
Why
the
is-
order, Mr. Raghavan, I am only pointing out what is recorded in the order. Please
Very-
keep the order
Yes,
ready.
that's
Division
all
bench.
right. So and so. The objections to the said application be filed by the next date. The list this matter on what date is 10th, alwa?
Let
List
it
the
come up
matter
after
on
25th.
18th December.
25th, Lord,
Sir,
in
20
December.
From 20th, we are on vacation.
Lord,
Can it
no,
be on
kindly keep
17th?
it post vacation, Lord. There is no great
That
urgency.
we'll do it on the next day if it's needed.
17th.
No,
List
why,
the
my
matter
lord?
on, list the matter on 17th at 2:30 PM. Objections, if any, only to the application seeking impleadment of the enforcement directorate as party respondent to these proceedings. The
Well,
learned counsel representing the Lokayukta was directed to place on record the record of investigation that has happened till the date on which it's taken up.
Earlier 26/11.
Maharaj, can your lordships have it on the 18th, not 17th, Maharaj? If your
All
lordships
right,
don't.
18th. 18th, all right. sir.
I had also indicated to your lordships, Maharaj, that if your lordships takes up the matter and passes any final order, it would render the, according
No,
to me.
I'll consider that on 18th. sir.
Lord,
Oh,
I have
Because let
personal
the
difficulty.
others be served now.
Lord, I have personal difficulty after 17. Could your lordships keep it in reopening?
No,
Because
sir,
I would like to be
we'll-
personally present. This is not a
on-
matter which
on
can be
that day-
argued virtually.
On
it
that
can
day, we
be-
will do it, sir. Let the objections come.
I have some difficulty on 17th.
17th,
18th,
18th,
sir.
all of you have
18th.
difficulties. We'll keep it on the 19th.
Lord, kindly keep it post vacation.
No, one day before the vacation, we will keep it, sir. If it is needed, we will adjourn it beyond the vacation.
Lord, needed? It is needed, my lord. I can-
We'll see on,
I can-
we'll
I
see
can
on that day. sir.
respectfully submit it is needed, my lord.
No,
we
we'll
will
see
have
on
to-
that day, sir.
Lord,
We'll
I
get-
have to dig out the whole record of last 24 years to save my client.
No, no,
because
this is-
Lord, your
this is-
lordship's judgment
Sir,
has
this is
hurt
a
us.
case, this is a case where we are not rehearing the earlier matter. This is a case where whether it has to be transferred or not transferred, that's all.
No,
No,
Manoj,
but that can be done.
The scope
It's
of
not
this
so
petition is
simple,
not
Lord.
what is being urged in the appeal.
no,
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 no.
there is, I'm afraid if the
No,
appeal
if-
is allowed.
Now
if the
this is
appeal-
Lokayukta is investigating into the
No, no,
matter.
no, I'm saying something else. If the
Yes.
appeal is allowed, Manoj, because
Yes.
if the appeal is allowed, Manoj, then these proceedings will be rendered infructuous.
True.
Therefore, it is something to do with the appeal, not just a matter of transferring to the
We'll
CBI.
consider that those applications that are filed for adjournment will be considered on the.
Lord, may
Manoj,
I?
there's one.
Lord,
Anyway,
your
I'm
lordships
adjourning
may-
it next week.
But
that's
I
the
your
just
reason.
have
lordships
one
may
submission
kindly
to make, my
consider
lord,
one
if your
aspect.
lordships are inclined to adjourn it, I want to make one submission, my lord. Like my learned friend says, that if the matter is referred to CBI, then the writ appeal can become infructuous. Similarly, my lord, I have another protection that I need from the court. Now, my lord, if in the meantime, taking advantage of the fact that these proceedings where we are seeking for referring the matter to CBI is adjourned, whether up to 18th or beyond 18th, whatever, my lord, we are in your lordship's hands. Then, my lord, in the meantime, if the Lokayukta says I have completed the investigation, I'm closing the investigation, then, my lord, there'll be a problem. Therefore, my lord, my respectful request is in
problem.
order to maintain.
You went to Lokayukta court.
My
You
lord,
went to Lokayukta court. You wanted Lokayukta investigation. Now you say Lokayukta should not investigate. What kind of petitions are these, Mr. Raghavan? Lord, I respectfully urge your lordships. This is an abuse of process
No,
of
1
court.
minute, sir.
Don't
I
encourage
have not
it.
even
No,
completed my
one-
submission.
one
My
minute.
learned
Please
friend
don't
already-
encourage it.
No,
Let
no.
me say what
If
I
I
want to say,
if
sir.
I've
This is
understood
an
what-
abuse.
Let me say what I want to
No,
say.
if I've understood what Raghavan sir is saying is, it should not be, this petition should not be rendered
Exactly.
fait accompli.
Therefore, I have only one
But
request.
that's all.
my
So
lord.
It should
our
not be
appeals
rendered
can be
fait accompli.
rendered infructuous. Your lordships will accept that.
No, no, I'm not saying
I
that
don't
also.
understand this approach
I
of
am
the
not,
court.
sir,
with
that
great
is before the division bench.
My lord,
Yes,
It is for
but
the
our
division
appeals
bench
are-
to say.
Our appeals are
Sir,
against
it
your
was
order
1
of
minute.
5th of November, my
It
lord.
was for the division bench to say that those proceedings would become
I
a problem
cannot
if this
understand
proceeding is
what
not
is the
stayed.
great, if
Can
your
I-
lordships are
I'm
inclined
making
to
one
transfer
submission which will
to
maintain.
CBI, then my lord, nothing will be left. Because I have,
Let
No,
me
I am
say
appearing-
something.
Now, it
Just-
is, sir, in the
I am
fitness of
appearing-
things, no,
I am-
in the fitness of things, till the next date at least, where are the investigation papers?
Can I
Give it.
make one submission, my lord? We should protect the interest of all the parties. My learned friend will kindly bear with me and hear me for 1 minute only.
he doesn't want
All-
truth to
Well,
come out.
please, sir.
He wants that truth which
I
CBI will tell
not said
him.
what I want.
He wants
I have
that
not even
truth.
said what I want.
Your
Please, Mr.
lordships
Dave.
have not indicted already parties.
I don't
by
think,
your
my lord,
judgment.
I
Lord,
don't think
let
this
me-
court
let me
knows
say
what
one
I
thing.
want to
Mr.
say.
Raghavan,
I
just
don't know how
give
my
me a minute.
learned friend knows. I mean, if he has got an
Raghavan,
extra
just a minute. Lord, let me say one thing.
getting into my mind to learn to know
Lord,
what I want to say, my
Lord,
lord, I
let
don't know.
me say
What I
thing.
want to say.
Your
On
Lordship,
a
we can
serious
see page
note, Lord,
Can
256.
I
serious
say
note.
one thing, my
What
lord?
is sought
on
upon the
24th
Lokayukta
24th
investigation.
September
Can I-
judgment.
257 in their
Can I
petition.
say one
Just a
thing?
sec, Mr.
No,
Advocate
before the
General.
Lok,
Before
250 257 for, just for a moment.
No, it was not,
257, just for a minute, 257
of what, which papers?
of their writ petition, man.
257.
257. Man. Starts at 239. At 257, refer the complaint under
Police wing of the Lokayukta.
to the police wing. That has been done. Its petition has been allowed.
Can
No, his petition having been allowed, he's agreed. He's not
say
challenged
what
that
I
order.
want to say? Mr. Learned Advocate General will kindly permit me to say what I want to say.
All right.
Let me have at least the satisfaction of saying what I want to say without my learned friends stopping me from even saying what I want to do. Whether it will be granted or not is a different issue.
Yes.
But all that I'm saying, my lord, is in order that while their fear is that if the matter is referred to CBI for whatever reason, my lord, whatever the court may do, your lordship's power under 226, my lord, now is confirmed to have the right to refer the matter to CBI. That, my lord, cannot be taken away. In spite of the fact that
That is
the
not
state government-
correct. I have enough number of Supreme Court judgments which say that this should not be referred to CBI. This is not a case. Unless you can point out that Lokayukta investigation was faulty.
But
It has
let
not
me
even
say-
begun. It has not even given report. At
Mr.
this
Dave,
stage, you
will
cannot come
have-
for CBI
Will you please
investigation.
give me the courtesy
I don't
of
think
1
you are-
minute of hearing?
Right from common, Mr. Raghavan, it's your duty to point out law correctly to the court. Don't cite lordship's judgment because it pleases lordships. There are Supreme Court judgment. I will show number of them which say that this investigation cannot be transferred. I will show that.
I will be educated
It's not
if you show
right
it.
or not.
But please permit me to say what I want to say.
The facts of,
I mean, there is a
the
limit
facts
up
of
to
the
this.
case.
I mean, I understand your
Judgment-
objection.
Sir,
but
one
say
minute.
what I want to say.
Judgments are on both sides, whether it should be transferred to the CBI and when it should be transferred, when it should not be transferred. All that,
I'm
it is not that.
my lord, I'm not on that
Exactly.
issue at all. I'm not even said what I have in my mind, which will protect the interest of both the parties. My lord, all that I'm now saying is because of the delay, neither the writ petition should be rendered infructuous, nor if your lordships are granting an order for transfer without adjourning it, the writ appeal should not get infructuous. Both have to be
Ah,
balanced.
now
So all
that is what senior counsel
No, I
Kapil
understand.
Sibal sir told.
now giving a lordship via media, my lord, which will protect the interest of both the parties. My lord, all that I want to do is, no, my lord, investigation is being done by the local. Let them not close the investigation with your lordship's leave. That is all. What's wrong about it, my lord? Though
Because
that,
I'm
sorry,
my,
I'm
one
sorry.
minute, sir.
The point
Let me complete.
that there
So
is
that,
no-
my lord, my petition doesn't become
There
infructuous.
is no prima facie.
My
case,
petition
it
will
is
not become infructuous. Your lordships are not
Mr.
saying
This
the
is not
CBI
fair.
should be should investigate the matter.
So
Right.
you want a stalemate in the investigation.
No. Let the investigation, let them not close it. Let them not come to a final
So
conclusion
let
without
them
your
not file
lordship.
the final report is what is.
Yeah, that's all. Investigation must go on. Of course, I don't know. That will be committing suicide. I will not do that.
Miller's, this,
He-
I don't think
He
I will.
doesn't trust
I
his
am only saying, let not the investigation be concluded without your
may I-
lordship's leave.
may I make
This
a-
petition-
That's all.
Miller's-
There is no
How are they
prayer.
going to have?
There is no prayer in this petition.
No
There
interest.
is no prayer in this
It is
petition
part
against
of the order
local
granting
investigation.
adjournment.
No,
It
no,
is
Miller's
part
part of
of
the
prayer.
condition that
Your
your
only
lordship
prayer
will
is
impose by
CBI.
granting adjournment.
Transfer to
I
CBI.
understand
There
this,
is
my
no
lord. I mean,
prayer.
this is
Look at your
going,
prayer clause.
Miller's, may I make a
Look at
request?
your prayer clause.
Yes. No, sir,
Yeah.
we will take it on 17th, 18th or 19th. Please decide and tell me
But I
whatever
want it on
orders.
17th if it is possible, because I have some inconvenience on 18th and 19th.
No, I have a
If it's possible
problem.
on
all-
17th, I will be obliged.
Sibyl sir
19th.
and the way
Yeah.
sir, come to a consensus and tell me
19th,
when I
Miller's,
should take.
19th.
Well,
I
if
can't
necessary,
come-
then we will
I-
adjourn
I
it beyond
can't-
vacation.
But it may be
Excuse me,
adjourned beyond. That's
Somebody else
okay,
will
my lord.
appear.
But let this protection be there so that it should not be. Otherwise, tomorrow, lordship kindly.
For
sees the
professional
state.
reasons.
Well,
Quite
let-
I have
surprising,
one-
quite
one-
surprising, my lord.
compulsion.
The trend was not so fair
I
before
have
the
no
division
difficulty
bench.
about it.
See, situation.
If my
It was
learned
so
friend is
fair
in much hurry,
So fair before.
I can't. I can't help it, my lord. I will lose the chance of persuading your lordships, but that's all right. Maybe some other someday.
No, well,
May I
on
make-
what day do you want, sir?
19th, have it on 19th.
Yes, sir. Yes, 19th will have it.
Miller's, we prefer after vacation.
None of
Since
us
your
are going to
lordship
be
says
on
that on that day
nine-
you take it after.
19th we will decide, we will adjourn it, sir, if it is needed.
That's right, was after
Yes.
19th. you
We'll
have
take
it.
it on the 19th.
Even my
Yes,
colleagues
very
are saying
good.
they won't be here. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೆ.
Vacation ಶುರು ಆಗಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾರು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. They can't leave the
Same
court,
same,
leave the court before vacation.
Mr. Sibal, I can't be.
It-
How
that
can they
was-
leave the court and go?
Of course,
Yes.
I know.
I'm
Same, that's it.
traveling, so I
But
can't.
in the
be
meantime,
there.
my lord, this protection may be granted.
Mandamus, not
I know, my
to,
lord.
not to leave the jurisdiction.
But this protection may be granted.
No,
No,
that we'll see. Records ಕೊಡಿ.
Records are there.
Entire records of investigation till date, where is it?
Records I can.
Please
I
give-
thought
yes.
status, your lordship.
Not
asked for
status,
status.
records of investigation till date, give it, yes. I directed records of investigation.
My lords, in fact, again, as against that also, my lords, there's a notice issued by the division bench.
So I should not see the records?
Not that
Then?
your lordship should not see the records. Your lordship may see, but
Division bench has passed an order not to
no,
see the
we
records.
should only notice on that aspect.
All right.
So-
The learned counsel appearing for the Lokayukta has placed the records of investigation as was directed earlier. The same is taken into the file
Status report. no?
and
Some
and a
statistics.
separate sealed
Sealed
cover with a sealed cover of the status report of investigation. The same, both these covers are taken into the file. List this matter on 19th, sir?
Yes,
19th, yes.
In the meantime, that protection which I
No.
asked.
19th will pass.
No, if they close it in the meantime, there will be nothing left, my lord. What is there in this petition for me?
My lord,
No, but
what
this
is
delay
quite-
should not, my lord. delay
Quite
should not
surprising, my lord,
affect me.
before the division bench, same
Delay
argument
should not
was
be,
made.
no, my lord is wrong.
How?
Delay should not affect me. Just as
But-
they say, my lord,
I'm
that
sorry,
if the petition
such
is
an order
allowed, their
in
writ
law
appeal will
cannot
become
be
infructuous.
passed.
I mean, my writ petition becomes infructuous if
No,
ultimately, my lord, they take an action because of the delay.
no court has ever.
Therefore, my lord, my
stopped an
respect to the bench,
investigation.
the matter is being delayed.
Yes, no court has
matter
ever
is being
stopped an
delayed.
investigation.
Seal ಮಾಡಿ madam.
Mr. Raghavan, why don't you submit? Mr. Raghavan, why don't you submit that it should be allowed today, your writ petition?
Of
That's
course
the
I'm
end of the
submitting it.
matter.
Of course I'm submitting. Of course I'm saying it. But it
Yes.
will not be granted, but the court will not grant it. That's all
Yes.
the problem. Of course I'm saying it.
But this is a, your lordship knows today's body politics. You can't
I mean,
not
I
get
don't know
government
all this, but
to
my learned friend knows all that
judicial
better than I know.
process.
I am only
Yes.
arguing a case.
It's all right.
Oh, you
Yes.
are arguing a case. Everybody knows your public spirit, Mr. Raghavan. It is very highly
Yes,
respected.
Dave, sir, yes.
Lord, I'm sorry, Mr. Dave was saying he has some difficulty on 19th.
19th,
No,
my lord, then
let
what?
him- We'll see on that day what can be done. We will not close the proceeding without hearing anybody. So rest assured.
If
about
Mr.
that.
But I am not-
20th,
But I was suggesting first day of the reopening. First day
We'll
of
do
the
it- We'll
reopening.
do it on that day, sir. We'll do it on that day. If needed, we'll do it on that day.
19th.
First, let the
19th.
So
objections
that-
to the, sir.
Lord,
But if
The
needed, if needed is what worries me. Your lordship's not words if needed. Otherwise, will not, yeah, everything will come to an end. That's
no.
why.
Nothing will come to an end anywhere because we are before the
My lord,
division bench.
it will come to an end if the Lokayukta files any final report. Please therefore ensure, my lord, that nothing comes to an end.
Yes, sir.
My lord, let it be.
My lord, with
My lord, let
great
it be
respect,
made. After all, my lord, all that I'm asking is that they should not do anything without leave of the
I am
court. What am
sorry
I
to say,
saying?
this
Am I
is
saying anything
unheard of.
unreasonable about it, my lord? My lord, nothing should come to an end, my
Sir,
lord, if it is right.
This is the entire records of investigation
as on yesterday, ma'am.
as on yesterday, right from the beginning till today. Yeah, till yesterday, ಅದು seal ಮಾಡಿ
Request is not to seal it,
Yes, yes.
only for my lord's consideration.
Of course, yes.
Of course, now I'm not even asking for seeing it.
He satisfied. I am aware, my lords are.
But in the meantime, let them not close it, my lord, with your lordship's leave. But what is the harm that will be caused to the other side if this is done?
Where is the
Nothing
prayer,
will be
Mr.
done.
Where
My
is
lord,
the
all that is
prayer?
saying is-
What-
no, it
what-
should-
Where is
what
the
harm
prayer
if
in
it
the
is allowed?
petition?
What is the harm? It is allowed.
Let status quo be maintained. So far as the proceedings are
Status quo.
concerned,
Very good.
investigation can go on. Let not
Status
final
quo.
action be taken without your lordship's leave.
You have not
What is
challenged,
wrong about
you have
that?
not challenged, my lord, I must think.
What
Lokayukt
is this, my
order
lord? I
is
don't
not
understand my
challenged.
learned friends.
Lokayukt order
The
is
very
not
fact that
subject
they're
to this writ.
objecting to this reasonable stress.
Yes.
What kind of submissions are being made?
My lord,
You have not challenged,
no,
Mr.
my lord, it is
Raghavan,
part of,
Lokayukt
no,
order.
it is part of a,
Challenge
it
it.
will be part, no, my lord,
Amend the
it
petition,
will be
challenge
part
it.
of your lordship's
Yes.
direction adjourning the
Yes.
proceedings.
Obviously, this is
My lord,
not.
that is the reason, my lord, your lordships can always impose terms
This
when
is
your
not
lordships
a
are
legal
adjourning a case.
proceeding.
That happens day in and day out.
It is obvious.
That's
this
all
is
that
not
I'm
a legal
saying.
proceeding.
But delay itself should not render any proceeding
What delay? You
infructuous.
should-
If
you
that
That
is
should-
the
was our
principle,
argument in DB.
if that is the principle, my lord, and that
You did
equally
not
applies
agree to
me.
that. DB requested you, Mr. Raghavan, personally. DB, that's why I said, Mr. Raghavan, please be careful before learned single judge. He
Please be
left it to
careful.
your
I
discretion.
don't know
to
what
your-
my lord is saying, my lord. I'm not
What-
going to take
what-
what
Now
he's
you
saying.
are
Yes, sir. What is-
opposing here
please-
any
please be careful.
amendment.
I don't know what he's saying, my lord. I don't take no notice of what he's saying.
The lordship said the entire.
Is this the
properties-
entire records?
Property seized, documents seized are not here because they are voluminous.
Hmm.
Lord, seizure of properties, the PF, my lord, PF list is here.
What is there in the other cover? Status report, then what is there?
Status report and one statistics, number of witnesses examined.
That's all right.
communication.
The other one,
Lord, other one is,
statements recorded.
other
alleged.
one is 2 files.
Statements recorded.
CD, yes, CD is there. No?
Yes,
CD is there,
Hmm.
about 49 pages of CD is there.
all right,
And then Lord, witness statements which are recorded as on today. It is there.
all right.
Lord, PFs are there, Mahazars are there, but not the properties themselves. The files
That's
which are
all.
seized and the sale deeds or documents which are seized, those are not there.
All right.
Lordship
Yes.
said
But what
entire
is curious, my lord, is the state opposing it in this matter. I don't understand. What is their interest?
If the matter is curious, others are
I
curious.
know, my lord, it becomes curiouser and curiouser as we
Like
go on.
curious, others are furious. What is this? Yes.
And it is becoming curiouser and curiouser, my lord. And a lot of fury is also added by my learned friend, Mr. Dave.
All in the lighter way in the way.
All later, my lord. My lord, I have the highest regard and respect, and he's a very dear and noble friend of mine.
Yes.
Then
As
you
long
should
as they
accept
grant-
his
I-
nobility.
You have,
In the court, my lord, it's
Mr.
different.
Raghavan, otherwise you would have agreed to adjournment readily.
My lord, this protection may be given, my lord. I'm not asking for anything unreasonable.
But I don't know
Please
why my
consider
learned
it.
friend, why my learned friend even
consider
makes
it, my lord.
there.
Well, anything.
Are you completing the investigation?
Well, I'm sorry to say,
Huh?
may I make a
Well, that's
submission?
the,
May I-
With
may I
great
make a,
respect, like,
Advocate General, may I make a submission?
Manoj, with that, Manoj,
I
with
want
great
to-
respect, Manoj.
Allow.
Lord,
Okay.
in the court, not before
Well-
the trial court, where I'm supposed to, Lord, my investigation officer is supposed to submit report, date is fixed for 24.
Of
December.
We'll have it on the 19th. Yes,
Manoj, it's-
19th, sir.
Right.
Now it's a jumble of proceedings. Before the concerned court, before 24th, he has to file. There is an
Manoj, the
application
petition
here,
is
there
filed
are
without-
appeals pending,
If a petition is filed without interim relief, moved after 1 month after.
without
moving-
interim relief.
Without interim relief, moved
Interim
after.
relief will reference.
No, not challenging seeking for a relief to refer to the matter of the Lokayukta. That order is not challenged.
This,
This-
my lord, this is my response and request to your lordships on the plea for adjournment that is being made.
Therefore, my lord,
And adjournment can
the
always
question-
be granted on conditions.
Therefore, the question is whether the Lokayukta will finish or
grant
not
the
finish.
adjournment.
My lord, it is for the
I'm not-
Lokayukta to
Don't grant,
decide.
reject the adjournment.
One
It should
No,
for the
no.
Lokayukta to
I'm
decide.
sorry to
minute.
say,
To inject-
but Mr. Raghavan, accept his plea, reject the adjournment. I don't
No.
mind.
1 minute. Even if they file the final report, are the hands of this court tied to pass orders?
My lord, may
That's
not be,
correct.
but things become very complicated.
No.
Things become very
No
complicated.
complications, sir. You are before the court earlier to it.
If it
Now
is
there
transferred
there
to
is a
CBI,
direction
it
by
will
the
not be
court, they will do it.
complicated. What will happen to our appeals? What will happen to
So-
our appeals? Lord, the problem is, I'll tell your lordships in a second. Lord, 24th September judgment of your lordships, the detailed judgment. Your
Yes.
lordships, Lord, have been led by Mr. Raghavan to, Lord, I think a wrong proposition of law. That judgment was only to decide learned governor's sanction under section 17A.
No, no,
Instead,
everything was argued. I had to answer everything.
no, but complaints, merits of complaints could not be before your lordships. Your
That
lordships
was
have
what was put forth
considered on
also,
merits
sir.
of complaint. That is why we are.
That was what was put forth by the petitioner and the other councils also.
No, my lord, merits were never put forward.
It
They
it was put forth, merits were
No,
put forth.
it is in the context of sanction
Because
of
it
the
is,
governor.
it is available everywhere. It is in
Lord,
public
it is
domain,
in
you
the
can see also.
Your lordships are right. It is in the context of sanction of the governor's order.
True, but everything was put
But-
in.
But your lordships have said complaint is correct. Your lordships have said allegations against me are correct. Your
Those are,
lordships have
no,
said I
that is
am
only
guilty of fraud.
granting permission for investigation.
But I was not there. Your
It is
lordships
in the
have
co-
said my client is guilty of fraud. My client
No,
is
my
guilty
lord,
of
No,
not getting
fraud.
petitioner,
appeal before
no,
your
no, no.
lordships.
The petitioner had to implead you if at all that was needed. Petitioner
No,
alone
no.
had come before the court.
But your lordship should have not refrained from
No, no,
making findings against me.
there is all prima facie findings.
Your adjournment
Anyway, it
court
is before the
this is
appellate
not
court.
what ought to be argued
Which
before your
trial
lordships.
court,
No, it is before
which
the
trial
appellate
court
court
will see it
anyways.
as prima facie? Your lordship knows which trial court will see it as prima facie.
No, but it
From-
is matters before
Coming
the
from the High
appellate court, I
Court
will give.
and coming from my Lord Justice Nagaprasanna's court, these are final findings.
No, no, no,
Every trial court is bound by it.
no,
Every trial court is bound.
because the matter is before the division bench, their lordships are seized of the matter, then
Now
I will
it
not.
is infructuous the way your lordships want to proceed. Lord, it is
No,
infructuous.
no, this would, if mere reference in, I have not yet done anything. Mere consideration of a reference to CBI will not render the appeal that you have filed infructuous. It is after all for investigation. If
sorry,
the
Philip,
appeal is
I'm
allowed,
sorry.
any investigation goes away, whether it is to the CBI or to the Lokayukta.
Correct.
Yes,
Any
now-
investigation goes away, it goes lock, stock, barrel.
Now the matter is being considered at large by the division bench, at
Yes,
large.
sir. Yes.
So if the division bench comes to a different conclusion on law, Malads, then all this is infructuous. This
No,
cannot
all,
go
see,
on.
even assuming there is an order passed, that also will flow away with the division bench's
No,
order.
meanwhile,
It's just the division
Lord,
bench.
In the
How will it?
meanwhile,
How will
uh,
it?
in the
There'll
meanwhile,
be a
no,
fair
no.
comply, Malads. Fair comply. CBI would have taken over investigation, be a fair
No,
comply.
in the place of Lokayukta, CBI would have come in.
That's not, no, it's
In-
still be a fair comply, Malads. How will this go on, Malads? They will have said, we have investigated half the matter and we have now come to a conclusion, all that.
We'll-
Nobody will be able to.
we'll consider.
You know that, I know that. We've been
Yes,
enough, you have been enough years at the bar and so have I, Malads. So you know that it will be infructuous.
Yes,
Yes, so let's be clear on that. And let's not, Malads, think that it's not going to be infructuous. It will be. Therefore, it is our fervent request, Malads, that your lordship
No,
should have. if you don't
I'll
want to-
post it on the 19th. We will definitely pass some order on the 19th.
Yes, please do. And Malads,
Yes.
then adjourn it afterwards. That's all that we are requesting.
Yes, we will definitely pass some order on the 19th.
Big deal.
Grateful.
They should not close the investigation and make the whole thing infructuous. My lord. That is not, that's
Well,
not,
first
we should
of
not
all-
be faced with that situation.
First
So
of all,
this is what
my-
this is the, if I may
this is
say, so
the,
this is the
this is
reason why the
the
matter wants to be
20th
adjourned.
time my learned friend has made this request.
Of
20th.
course. I mean, you have made a request for
For-
adjournment
for-
umpteen times
for-
now.
You know very well that
Yes,
I mean,
we'll take it on the 19th.
Obliged, my lords.
Yes.
My lord, in the meantime, would you
And
not-
even if they do something like that, matter is here.
my lord, but then,
Is it,
Well,
that's not,
it
that's
be-
not, sir,
it
that's
cannot-
not, that's not.
my lord,
giv-
this is not